Hey everybody, welcome to another thing. It's me, Tristan. Today I'm going to be talking about the official PlayStation magazine, or as it's called, OPM. Now kids and people that are not in the know, before we had all this internet and digital age business, we had these things called magazines that, you got your news from, you got your reviews from, and you had to wait for it. It was a monthly thing, and it was a subscription-based thing. And yeah, okay, we get it. I'm sounding like an old fuddy-duddy, but yes, this was back in the day where you kind of had to wait for everything. Now OPM was debunked. I think it went under in, gosh, I can't remember what year. Maybe 2007, 2008, something like that, or maybe even sooner. Probably actually. I remember just being very disappointed when it was canceled, and then soon after that, EGM was canceled. Because I really liked magazines, even though like I had the internet and I could look at stuff more readily. There's something just really cool about getting something really nice in the mail with just all this really neat designs and art and stuff like that. Plus, it always came with a demo disc. And this demo disc, which is what you're seeing right now, just the tutorial, which this whole video is going to be showing the interface of these demo discs and giving you like a preview of what they were. I think I have like over 100 CDs from issue 60 to the last one. It's kind of cool, neat little collector's item that's not really probably worth much, but just nice to have in like a Sony or just a gamer's collection or whatever. But through each issue, there's like redesigns every 5 or so. This is the one that I got. I think this is probably the coolest one, just because it's like a deep sea adventure. You're diving under the sea for secret artifacts about games and stuff like that. But yeah, going back to the demo discs themselves. So each demo disc included behind the scenes or save data for games. Like, let's say I buy Kingdom Hearts, which is what this issue was about. This was the first issue I ever got. I remember getting it, I think it was free when I bought my PS2. And the whole thing, see, now it's changed to something weird 6 issues later. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts was this first issue thing here. I was super excited for it. There's behind the scenes of that. But let's say that, a year later, it'll have like a save data for 100% completion or something like that. Or there'll be like tips and tricks. But the coolest thing was that data. That if you buy a game and then it'll unlock all of it, that's kind of cool, especially for someone that didn't get it the first time around and maybe they want to try it, or maybe it's too hard for them or something. I don't know. Maybe you couldn't beat it, and I don't know. It was just a neat idea, and you don't really see that nowadays. I mean, you can go online and look for data, but it's kind of hard and doesn't always work for me for like my PlayStation 3 or whatever, though it should. You think data saves should work. Anyway, so yeah. The neat thing also about these things was just all the demos. Now I know you can download demos readily and try games out, and no muss, no fuss, but of course, again, having all these things in one place and just one big package was just a really, really neat concept. So, that's my thoughts on OPM, the official PlayStation magazine, the demo discs and stuff like that. I guess I don't have much else to say in regards to OPM, at least. I will say that reading these magazines just kind of made me think about just journalism and stuff like that these people, what they do for a living and stuff like that, and kind of made me think like maybe that's something that I like to get to, thinking along the lines of like being a English major and stuff like that. But this, I don't know, we're moving into this digital age, and it's really cool not being able to, or not having to, not being able to, but not having to wait for stuff. There's something cool about getting that instantaneous look and feel, not having to go to a store to buy a video game anymore, which I think is stupid, because I think it might be faster depending on where you live. If you live like an hour away from a Target or whatever like that, It's gonna take a while for you to, go home or go to Target, grab your game, come back. Maybe that's 2 hours, a little bit more because you gotta stand in line and look around and stuff like that. But some of these games are huge. And depending on where the area you are, it might take days. For me, let's take an example of Infamous 2. I think Infamous 2 on the PlayStation Network is about 12 gigs. And I think that took... I don't think I downloaded an entire day because I kept on pausing and whatnot, but I assume it had to have taken at least between 5 to 6 hours, if not more than that. So, I mean, you make the call. I mean, obviously it saves you gas money and stuff like that, but, it's not that instantaneous. But, if you're going to be doing something in the background anyway, while that downloads, hey, why not? I'm just talking about, it is also convenient to, get these things in the mail and have that stuff. But, I'm kind of going all over the place. I kind of want to talk about my PlayStation 2 memories in general. So let's move away from OPM, rest in peace, many, many years later, and just talk about my PlayStation memories, because perhaps you've read my article already on my PS2 memories, or perhaps this is bringing you to read my PlayStation memories, but either way, so yeah, the PS2 means so many things to me. It was the first console that I ever bought myself. I saved up a whole year of doing random jobs, mowing the lawn, doing dishes, birthday money, stuff like that. And I think, I don't even remember how much the PS2 was back in the day. I imagine it had to have been $400 because I remember saving up that much and then the price dropped. So it's either $400 to $300 or it was $300 to $200. Though that seems really low for it because I only got it in, I don't even remember when I got it. It was either 2002 or 2003. One of those 2 years, and I don't think it would have dropped down to $199 already. Regardless of which, I had $100 left over, and I was able to get 2 games. I got Jak and Daxter, which I knew was from the creators of Crash Bandicoot, though Naughty Dog wasn't as synonymous as great gaming as it was, today, since they had Crash Bandicoot now, and Jak and Daxter, and Uncharted, and now the excellent Last of Us that just came out a few months ago. But, I took a chance. And the thing with Jak and Daxter is, this is the first game controller that I had to use the analog sticks with. And I thought I was going to have to return it because I just couldn't play it. Which is funny to me because looking back at it now, analog sticks seem second nature to me. It's so easy to move along with analog sticks. I don't know why I had so much trouble. I mean, I wasn't that young. I must have been a teenager at that point, I imagine. Gosh, I'm so old. I can't. It seems like yesterday, and yet I can't remember exactly what was happening. So yeah, that series is awesome. Final Fantasy X, I had actually pretty much almost beat. I got to Lake something or other, the Ice Lake thingy. Talking about after the Yuna and Titus have a swimming, erotic swim scene, sex scene, whatever, that place. And I had made it to that point, so that was a big way through the game. And then I bought the game myself. I was playing this at my friend's house, Lauren, who many of you probably know from the videos that we've done together. And she had a PS2 before me, and I had played a lot of Final Fantasy X there. And then I transferred my save over to my thing, and then play it there. There's many great games for the PS2 that I'd love to go into discussion with. The PS2 was a huge library for RPGs. The Final Fantasies, Kingdom Hearts is very near and dear to me, which I'll segue into. First, I'll say I'll probably do an episode where I go through like my top 10 or whatever PS2 games. But for now, let's transition from Kingdom Hearts to an ex-girlfriend. And that's another reason why the PS2 just means so much to me, thinking about it. As I was writing the article, it never dawned on me just how like the PS2 literally is my favorite system, just because it has so many ties, just a lot of great things. For example, ex-girlfriend, she didn't play video games, but she was an avid Disney fan, so she watched me play and she got hooked on the story. She liked it quite a bit. There's some other personal memories with Kingdom Hearts that I don't want to share in here, but I think I might have told this story before on, I'll just say it here. Matilda, my co-host for TMOTSP, that's the Misadventures of Team Sexy Pants. Check that out if you want some sexy comedy bit thing. I've talked about a story on there before, but if not, this is not the place to talk about that thing with Kingdom Hearts. Anyway, she also gave a lot of great gifts for things that I didn't even, necessarily want. I just said, oh, that looks cool. It'd be kind of cool to play. I never asked her for, anything on a wish list. One of the things that comes to imagine the greatest gift she probably gave me was Okami. And that was, the Zelda Wolf gamey thing. And it's an awesome, awesome game. One of my favorite PS2 games. And she just gave it to me for her birthday. And I was so surprised. And I saw some good things about it. And I just read a review about it. And then I got the game. And I was like, holy crap, this game is awesome. And she also got me my first DDR game, Dance Dance Revolution Extreme 2. Which was awesome because I always wanted a DDR game, and that was pretty cool. I had just got Resident Evil 4 for the PS2 that Christmas, and then she gave DDR to me a couple days later, and I was like, shit, I want to play Resident Evil 4, but I also want to play this DDR. And then probably the first gift she gave me, I don't think we were even dating then. I can't quite remember, but Final Fantasy VII Advent Children had come out, and I wanted it, of course. And she just randomly decided to pick it up at Target, and then she came into a study hall and, just gave it to me. And I was super psyched to get home and watch it. I believe she watched it with me, too. Again, not a gamer. She didn't really know Final Fantasy VII, but she watched it with me, and I think she enjoyed it. But yeah, that's just a, couple stories that I kind of go into with my article, but I'm kind of expanding a bit. I love the PS2, and, yeah. Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom.